everyone, welcome to DIY Mummy's Minute. So today we will be making a cemetery bouquet, and this is a great alternative to the headstone saddles. I know the saddles can be quite pricey, so the cemetery bouquet can be a great budget-friendly alternative. So the first thing that you will need to make your cemetery bouquet is a cemetery vase. And this one was purchased at Michael's. I believe it was $9.99. And don't forget to use your online coupons to get that 30% off. You can also purchase them on Amazon. I'll post my affiliated link below in the description box. Just make sure when you're purchasing the vase that it has the foam already included inside, because this will make it very easy to create your bouquet. So I'm going to be using 3 different colors for the floral part of this bouquet. So the first color is yellow, and I picked up this bunch of 3 sunflowers at Dollarama for $4, so super budget friendly. I also picked up some yellow lavender, and you just need 1 bunch, and this 1 bunch was $1.75. The next color I'll be using is white, and I decided to use these gorgeous white roses, also from Dollarama, and they are well worth it. I do believe they had a couple different colors, yellow being one, but I was unable to find the yellow. So also from Dollarama, I did pick up some greenery. I'm going to be using 2 types of greenery. There was an assorted leaves, and this is this funky type of stem that I picked up. So I thought I could incorporate it within the bouquet, and it was $2 a bunch. I'll also be using a couple bushes of the Boston ferns from Dollarama, and they're $2.50 each. The last color I'll be incorporating in my bouquet is this beautiful blue, and I couldn't find blue at Dollarama, so I went and searched Amazon, and I found these beautiful blue roses. So these came in a pack of 10 for about $20, so same price as Dollarama, about $2 a stem, and I will post that affiliated link down below in the description box. They had a wide variety of colors. You will also need some wire ribbon. This one was purchased at Michael's, and it's the blue and white checkered, one of my favorite types of ribbon. And this is a 1.5 inch ribbon, and I'll include a tutorial to how I make my bow in this video later on. I'll also be using a solar light. This one was purchased at Dollarama. They have a wide variety of solar lights, and it really adds a nice touch to the bouquet. You're also going to need your glue gun and some glue sticks and some wire cutters as well. So the first thing you're going to add to your cemetery vase is your solar light. And you want to put this directly into the middle of the vase. So make sure that you turn your peg around on the solar light, and you're going to stick it into the foam right into the middle. And then I always secure everything I'm putting into the vase with some hot glue. So I'm just going to hot glue all around the base of that solar light. Once your solar light is in place, you can then go ahead and start adding your florals. So I'm going to start with my largest flower, which is the sunflower, and all the stems are wired, so it makes it really easy to bend it the way you need it. So with the sunflowers, the stem is quite thick. So what I'm going to do is just remove the green part of the stem, and I'm going to insert just the wire, and then again we'll secure it using our hot glue. You can then go ahead and add some roses as well, and these stems are quite long, so it's great. You can put them in the back. So the stems themselves are not as wide as the sunflowers, so you can just push them down into the foam, and then again you're going to secure using your hot glue gun. You may want to put some of your roses in the front as well, and just use your wire cutters to cut down the stem to size. So I'm just changing the view here so you can really watch me put this bouquet together. So I did want to have one of the sunflowers in the back just to kind of distribute them throughout the bouquet. However, the stems weren't long enough. So I did use a little trick, and that's just using a stem piece from one of the roses, and I hot glued it onto the stem of the sunflower, and I just really secured it using some twist ties, or you can also use some floral wire. So you're just going to continue adding flowers until you're happy with your design. So when I was finished with my design, I ended up with 3 sunflowers, 5 blue roses, and 5 of the white roses. And you can notice in the video that I kind of tiered the flowers. So I went smaller in front of the solar light, and then you want larger stems in the back. You really just want to surround that solar light, so make sure you have some in the front, the back, and both the sides. So the next step, I'm going to go ahead and add my fern bushes. So this I kind of cut into pieces, and each piece maybe had about 3 leaves to it. And the fern bush is actually really good because you can create a little fan, and that's going to hide all the stems in the back. So again, I'm just inserting it into the foam, and I'm securing it with my hot glue gun at the bottom, and I'm really just making a fan in the back. And this is really going to hide, again, those stems in the back that you can see. Then with some single pieces of the fern, you can go ahead and you can insert them into just some dead spaces or some bare spaces of the bouquet. And to do this, all I did was take one of the fern bush or the fern leaves, applied a little hot glue, and I hot glued it onto the back of a stem of the rose or the sunflower. And I just distributed it throughout the bouquet, and it's really just to fill it in and make it look very full. And I did this method in the back as well, just applying some of the fern leaves to the stem of the sunflower. And that just gave more height to the fan effect that I did in the back of this bouquet. So here's the back when I finished fanning all the fern bushes or the fern leaves out. It really adds a lot of coverage, and this is what the front looks like as well. So the next step, we're just going to take our assorted leaves, that little funky bush that I picked up at Dollarama, and we're going to cut each stem off, and we'll distribute them the same way using our hot glue gun and attaching it to one of the stems of the flowers. And this is just going to really fill this bouquet in. And once I'm finished with the greenery, I then go ahead and do the exact same thing to my yellow lavender. So just cutting using your wire cutters, cut off each stem of the lavender bush, and then distribute it using your hot glue gun, attaching it to the stems of the bigger flowers. So once you're happy with your bouquet, the last part is just adding your ribbon. So to create the bow, you want to keep the ribbon attached. So you're first going to start off with your end piece, then you're going to create a little loop, and this is going to be the middle loop. It will be the smallest of all the loops. Then you're going to twist it around and pinch it in the middle, and you're going to keep this pinch throughout. Then you're going to add a larger loop, pinch it in the middle, go to the other side, add another loop, pinch it in the middle, and you're going to keep that pinch for all of your loops, and you're just going to keep adding loops until you're happy with your bow. And with this ribbon, again, it's 1.5 inch wire. To make sure you get the wired, it makes it much easier. And I think I added around 8 to 10 loops. So you're just going to keep pinching, hold that pinch throughout, and when you're happy with the amount of loops you have, you can then take some wire, some reef wire, or some twist ties, and you're going to push it through that first loop, turn it around and twist it, and this is going to hold your bow in place, and you got the perfect bow. At this point, when you're happy with it, you can then go ahead and cut your second tail, and this will cut it from the roll of the ribbon. And then to apply your bow to the bouquet, you're just going to use the access wire that you used to create it. And you can wrap it around one of the, or a couple of the stems of the flowers. Then you can trim your tails just by folding them in half and cutting them on an angle. So at the end, I did go ahead, I had this on hand. It was decorative green moss that I picked up at Dollarama. It was $1.25 a bag. And I used some hot glue and I just applied it to the bottom edges and just really filling it in so I couldn't see any of that green foam. And I think it turned out great and it made it really look professional. So here's the final product, you guys. I think it turned out beautiful. I love the addition of the solar light. This one I created for my uncle for his birthday, and it just looks amazing on the gravesite or the cemetery site, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and it inspires you to create something beautiful. Please like and subscribe for more DIY fun.